Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Driven Wyld. Today we are talking about correcting the record on the Dasher experience. So DoorDash has released an article on their website and is trying to make it sound like they're not the bad guys for certain parts of what is happening on these platforms. And they released an article called Correcting the Record on the Dasher Experience. And honestly, I think it's so funny that they are trying to pull this crap now. Like, we don't know better, you know? So with that said, we are talking about everything that's being said in this article, how it actually is for DoorDash drivers and any gig worker on any platform, really, and everything in between. So with that said, let's get started. We deeply value the importance of promoting safe and responsible use of our platform, including by Dashers, merchants, and customers alike. We also understand that as our impact continues to grow, we can help them thrive by bolstering safety in our busiest neighborhoods. However, there have recently been a number of misleading claims about how our platform operates and the steps we take every day to enhance safety, particularly in areas like New York City, where a large number of Dashers use e-bikes and similar devices to complete deliveries. We're setting the record straight on what steps we're taking to ensure the safety of everyone who shares our streets. Normally, I would pull out the BS translator, but we haven't even gotten into what any of these things are. They did add the qualifier of New York City already, but we haven't even gotten into what the myths that they're debunking are. So let's hold our horses on the translator for now. Myths versus facts. Myth. Platforms incentivize delivery workers to make deliveries as fast as possible. Fact. We provide delivery estimates with a focus on safety, and Dashers have resources and support if things take longer than expected. Once a Dasher picks up an order, DoorDash provides an estimated time to complete the delivery that considers a number of real-world conditions, including proximity, weather, and traffic. There is always additional time factored into an estimated account for unexpected events to encourage safety over speed. No Dasher is deactivated for a single lateness-based violation. Platforms incentivize delivery workers to make deliveries as fast as possible because of the business model as a whole. I love how you make the points about delivery estimates, but don't actually debunk the myth. The business model does prove that the faster you get deliveries done, the sooner you could become available to accept more deliveries and therefore will make more money. That's just factually accurate. I love how you say we don't incentivize delivery workers to make deliveries as fast as possible, then fail to mention the earn per offer pay model entirely and just focus on the concept of delivery estimates. Because in reality, you don't actually do that. And also, if you know exactly how long these orders are going to take, why don't you pay your drivers better? Why do you continue to claim that we are making a certain amount per hour and then not provide the proper amount of base pay? Oh, is it because you're full of shit? That's what I thought. Also, the estimated time. What happens when an order is unassigned or the customer chooses not to tip their driver and people don't accept it right away? Is that factored in, or does that end up on the driver's contract violation system and the customer just gets off scot-free, ruining a Dasher's account and potentially their career? They've been deactivated for that. Oh, did you say no Dasher is deactivated for a single lateness-based violation? What about all the times where you're wrongfully giving people extreme lateness violations? Oh, that's right. You're lying. That's what I thought. Myth. Platforms do not care if delivery workers break the law. Fact. Dashers are required to follow all applicable laws and regulations, and Dashers who engage in unsafe driving are subject to deactivation. DoorDash does not tolerate unsafe driving. If we receive reports from law enforcement and that Dashers have broken the rules, we remind Dashers of their responsibility to follow the law and to drive safely at all times. Repeat offenders are deactivated from our platform. This is actually facts, though. Having a driver that's unsafe actually affects their insurance rates, and because their insurance insurance rates will be increased by that much, they'll just kick you off the platform. Then you're more of a liability than it's tolerable. So that's factually accurate. It's not about the law, it's about the insurance, but it's still true. Myth. Platforms do not have any insurance in place if something goes wrong. Fact. DoorDash provides comprehensive insurance coverage that protects Dashers and the general public. DoorDash has occupational accident insurance for all Dashers, which includes aggregate coverage of up to $1 million. Dashers do not have to opt in or pay any premiums for this occupational accident insurance. Dashers also must maintain the insurance coverage required by law for their designated vehicle type. I've made videos for both occupational accident and the accident insurance for drivers, so that is actually true. I've literally gone into those situations. And that's actually part of why they don't allow people to break the law. It costs a lot. It's secondary, and if your insurance company doesn't cover it, they're going to, but still. Myth. Platforms have no accountability measures to keep bad actors off the streets. Fact. DoorDash has significantly expanded our already robust identity verification process for all Dashers. We require Dashers to regularly re-verify their identity to confirm that they are who they say they are. Recurring real-time identity checks during a dash are another way we've strengthened the verification process. If a Dasher can't or won't re-verify their identity, they will not be allowed to continue dashing on the platform. Their identity verification processes are actually so robust that they've wrongfully deactivated people before, even weaponized that to take veteran drivers off of the platform. That's happened multiple times, and we have reports on that already. So it's so deep and robust that the people renting accounts are getting away with it, and the real good drivers end up off the platform. So that's nonsense. Myth. Platforms do not pay for equipment for delivery workers. Fact. NYC's minimum pay rate for delivery workers already includes compensation specifically designated for equipment. DoorDash paid more than $27 million in 2024 alone to provide safe e-bikes and equipment as part of the minimum pay rules. As part of minimum pay rate for Dashers in NYC, DoorDash pays $2.26 an hour specifically to account for Dashers' expenses for equipment, including safe and reliable micromobility devices, e-bike batteries, and other safety equipment. I like how they said the myth was DoorDash does not pay for equipment for any of their delivery workers, and their fact is that's not true. We absolutely do for those in New York City. If you're anywhere else, you could take a flying leap and figure it out yourself. Or, give them your money so that way you could get half-ass equipment that don't actually do what they need to do. Or you get subpar equipment by giving them your money if you want. At DoorDash, we are always looking for opportunities to strengthen our platform, especially when it comes to supporting Dashers and public safety. This starts with understanding how our platform operates and separating myths from facts. We look forward to continuing to work with policymakers and other stakeholders on how we can best address evolving needs of our communities and helping Dashers and local businesses continue to thrive. And now we can pull out the BS translator.
We are always looking for ways we can strengthen our platform to best siphon the money from customers and pay drivers as little as possible, while also shutting up policymakers and making sure our investors are so happy with their ridiculous dividend check, where they're not actually getting dividend checks, but we want their monies and they are much happier and more worth it than you peons will ever be, so get over it. We look forward to destroying communities, Dashers, and local businesses.
And that's right. This is my opinion. It's worth what you pay for it. None of you pay me. There you go. When it comes to the myths or facts about DoorDash, there are good things, don't get me wrong, and there are some actual myths that are debunked, but there are some myths that are not actually what people say, or there's a deeper reason for why it is the way it is. But at the end of the day, you really can't trust these companies with the truth about what actually happens on this platform. The fact of the matter is they are a scum company ran by scum people who have literally looked for any and every way to reduce the pay to gig workers as much as possible until, policymakers kick the crap out of them or lawsuits hit their desk every other day. So don't expect DoorDash to actually have the integrity and character to actually do the right thing by people. In terms of the 5 myths that were debunked here, I think one of them or 2 of them were almost right, but there were qualifiers already added to make them right. But regardless, if you are depending on DoorDash as a single app and expecting them to be as honest with you as possible, that is naive and you should be ashamed of yourself. You're acting like a 1099 employee. You need to have a diversified gig portfolio and an exit strategy so that way it doesn't matter if DoorDash is telling the truth or not, you're protecting yourself. And one of the best ways you can accomplish that is by joining the Driven Wyld Discord server where we are helping people do that all the time. The Driven Wyld Discord community is exclusive for gig workers looking to expand their knowledge and expertise in their self-employment and entrepreneurial journeys. I've partnered with high-level professionals to bring you some of the most exclusive benefits based on your personal needs as a gig worker. Exclusive professional opportunities and gig postings, more live streams with high-level professionals in our industry, educational systems designed to help you build your own dispatch company as well as other scalable opportunities. Speaking of that dispatch company, we just launched our Build Your Own Delivery Service Provider course, and we are changing the game and transforming how businesses serve customers and how gig workers get more opportunities. So whether you're a gig worker looking for more opportunities to earn or an exit strategy because the gig economy is an income bridge to what would be a long-term goal and not simply the goal, and you would like to see something with more growth potential and scalability, there is something here for you. Check the link in the description and get started with making the most amount of money in the least amount of time and in the safest possible way. We are excited and looking forward to helping you secure your financial future. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. As always, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe if you're new, and I'll see you guys next time. Oh!